Deadlines, traffic, the daily grind. It seems like there's no end to the stress in our lives.
But there is a unique therapy some believe can help. It's called float therapy. Here to talk about it, Float Milwaukee owner Andy Larson.
Hello.
Your business opens tomorrow in Walker's Point. Tell us, this is probably going to be new to a lot of people.
Right.
What is float therapy?
So basically what it involves is you get into a tank with about 10 inches of water in it, and then we've dissolved 950 pounds of Epsom salts. So that's actually 19 of these 50-pound bags is dissolved in there. So when you lay down, it immediately starts floating you up before you've even laid yourself fully down. It's quite an amazing feeling.
You can't sink in this thing.
You cannot sink. You can sleep in there. The worst that could happen is if you fall asleep and your head turns, maybe you'll get a little salt in your eyes and it'll wake you up. But it's pretty unbelievable. The water is the same temperature as your skin, so after a few minutes, or it varies for each person, but you'll lose feeling of your body. You won't really tell where the water and your body ends, and it just is really deep relaxation.
Very interesting. You already mentioned that you float.
Yes.
You can't sink, so
Correct.
I guess even if I'm asking you, is it safe, you would respond and say.
Absolutely. The water is very well cleaned, it's sanitized, it uses UV ozone, so it keeps you extremely clean and extremely safe. So
Let's talk about that relaxation process. You're in there for what, an hour?
An hour is kind of the short period of time that we start with, and then we actually are going to offer longer ones eventually. So 90 minutes, even up to, if someone wanted to do it overnight, they could.
Really?
Yeah.
You just said that people come out of the tank after their hour and they're like, whoa, that was trippy.
It's amazing. Some people will literally say that when they come out, wow, that was trippy, and they'll sort of need some assistance walking over to the chair to sort of relax and just let it all soak in. And then it varies to just people saying, wow, I've never even imagined what that experience could be like. That must be what it's like in outer space. To I just worked through some things that I hadn't been able to work through because there's too much stimuli hitting me all the time, and like they feel like they're a changed person after just an hour. It's really just
changed.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So talk about change. How much does it cost?
Nice segue. So right now we have intro specials in place, so you can actually get your first float for $50, and then we have an introductory 3-pack for $165. So
You were an accountant.
Yes.
How does one make the left turn from spreadsheets to
yeah, that's a very good question.
Tanks?
I actually just sort of randomly came across an article about flotation about 1.5 years ago. I'd never heard of it before then, and I read about it, and it sounded like something that would be very interesting. So I found a float tank somewhere, and I tried it, and by the last 10 minutes, that's about how long it took me to sort of get my mind shut off and let go. I hit that weightlessness feeling, and that was enough to sort of really get me thinking about, it would be cool to have a dedicated place that was sort of spa-like, and you walk in and you're immediately relaxed, and you just know you're going to have this amazing experience.
And you're right next to Purple Door ice cream, so
that's dangerous.
If the tanks don't work,
have some ice cream.
You walk next door.
I'd say 90% of people go there afterwards. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Float Milwaukee opens tomorrow. You can book a float through their website, floatmilwaukee.com. Andy, thanks so much for coming in, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
Still to